Welcome, Mr. Wesley. I am so honored and grateful that you've come to talk to United Methodist in the 21st century. Thank you for blessing us in the United Methodist Church, and particularly here in West Ohio. Our hope and our need is that you might have some words of spiritual wisdom for us in this chaotic time of change in the United Methodist Church. Mr. Wesley, tell me why the idea of Christian perfection has been so important in your teaching.
Thank you, Bishop Palmer. As you might remember, troubles and disagreements are not new to the people called Methodist. I experienced many times of struggle and resistance in the early days as we began to preach in the fields, as we tried to figure out what to do about the good souls in the colonies who were going without the sacraments, and most of all, as we put forward our understanding of Christian perfection.
Christian perfection has been such part and parcel of your teaching. How did it come, and why is it so important to you?
After spending a great deal of time studying the Bible and reading the works of several great people of faith, I was convinced more than ever of the absolute impossibility of being half a Christian. The more I gave myself fully to God, the more aware I became convinced of the idea of Christian perfection, which is perfect love.
Mr. Wesley, sometimes when we observe the behavior of Christians and the way in which they attack one another, their approach to relationships seems way below the bar of perfection. How are we to respond? How did you respond when you were attacked?
I did not find much opposition at the beginning, at least not from serious people. But after a time, a cry arose that surprised me because it came from among religious people. They did not object to my description of perfection. Rather, they insisted that there is no perfection on earth and vehemently attacked my brother and me for affirming the contrary. We did not expect such a rough attack from fellow brothers in Christ.
So to have the mind of Jesus Christ in each one of us is a way of expressing the goal of Christian perfection. What counsel would you give us as to how we can practically go about that in this particular season of our lives as individuals and as the United Methodist Church?
From the beginning, our understanding of it was to have the mind which is in Christ, and to walk as Christ walked. In other words, it is to be inwardly and outwardly devoted to God, completely devoted in heart and in life.
So tell us, friend, why then and why now would the notion of Christian perfection be such a controversial idea?
Bishop, there are many in your flock who still do not have what I call Christian perfection. If others will call it so, they may. But from my vantage point, they still have much to learn. I would direct them to the section of advices in my writing. That section deals with many issues that Methodists still struggle with today, including sins of omission, pride, desiring anything but God, and causing schism within the church.
Mr. Wesley, what you've offered us today has certainly been convincing, it's been convicting, and I pray converting. And we look forward to studying a plain account of Christian perfection and hopefully paying heed to many of the advices that you've offered us. God bless you.